So, The Exorcist Believer is finally out in theaters and spooky IMAX screens alike, and if you want to know if the latest demonic possession movie is worth checking out on the big square, well, let's get into it. Hello friends, and welcome back to the Brockopp side, a place to live, talk, and buy movies. And yeah, it's been a couple days since this movie came out, so a little late on this review, but better late than never, I suppose. But anyway, chances are a lot of you watching this video have already checked out the movie, so go ahead and comment down below your thoughts on the new Exorcist movie. Did you like it? Did you dislike it? Did you vomit pea soup in the middle of your showing? I almost did. It was really weird. But with that out of the way, let's just start talking about the movie. And yeah, I mean, I guess when it comes to this movie, on a basic level, it looks really good. The cinematography is well done. There's some good atmosphere and lighting going on. It's a little bit of a classic horror feel, but still has a nice modern edge to it. The makeup effects on the two girls who get possessed this time around are really good. Looks very similar to the original Exorcist. And the performances in the movie are good for what they are. You know, especially the two girls who do get possessed. I think they really sold the whole, there's an evil, spooky demon monster inside of me. Ew, blah, 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 blah. But beyond those couple of points, it's every demonic possession movie, like, ever. If you've seen one, you've seen them all, and if you've seen them all, that means you've seen The Exorcist Believer. You know, of course, the original Exorcist movie is a genuine classic. It's like one of the best horror movies of all time, and everybody knows about it, even if they haven't seen the movie itself, but it just feels like they really, really wanted that recognizable horror IP of The Exorcist on the poster and everything, and had the theme music kick in, so Universal was like, okay, we're just gonna shell out $400 million for the rights alone, not the budget for the movie, but $400 million just so we can call this an Exorcist sequel. Look at that, we can just sucker everybody in because it's, ooh, Exorcist 2, but not the other Exorcist 2, this is the real Exorcist 2. But of course they took a page or two out of the Halloween trilogy they just finished up with David Gordon Green, who directed that one as well, by bringing back Ellen Burstyn as Chris McNeil from the first movie, which basically amounts to fan service. She shows up about halfway through the movie and was like, "My daughter was possessed once, and it's happening again. So here I am." Yeah. What I'm basically saying here is that Universal paid $400 million for a little bit of theme music and a couple of cameos. That's it. Hell, for like $150, I can go on to Cameo right now and freaking Colin Mockery from Whose Line Is It Anyway can tell all of you to subscribe to the channel, which you should do anyway. Which is weird because I'm not really saying the movie itself is terrible. You know, on a technical level, it works. You know, like I said, it's nice looking, good performances, half decent pacing, but it's like, otherwise, the movie's just kind of there. And I left feeling absolutely nothing. So after that overwhelmingly positive critique of the movie, I guess that means we gotta talk about the IMAX, the big square. How did this modern horror masterpiece look in IMAX? Well, let's just get right into that, shall we? So of course, technical goodness aside, the movie was shot on the Arri Alexa LF, which of course is a camera approved for the IMAX screen. And luckily, the movie also fills up the entire IMAX screen for the entire 2-hour runtime at a nice 1:8:5 aspect ratio. But if I'm gonna be completely honest here, the IMAX experience for this movie is much like the movie itself. It works, but you know, the larger IMAX screen can help you appreciate the nice cinematography and atmosphere of the piece, of course, but there was never really like any particular scene or moment or, you know, frame from the movie where I was like, yes, this was so worth checking out in IMAX. Like, you gotta see it in IMAX. There just there wasn't anything like that this time around. If anything, it just drew attention to a couple of weird, janky CGI moments, like some weird CGI smoke and flame effects they used in the finale of the movie, which just felt off compared to the first movie with lots of cool practical effects of cabinets flying around the room and things like that. But you do get to see a little bit of like pea soup vomit stains on bed sheets in greater detail, so I guess, yeah, in that case, the IMAX works great. And the IMAX sound system does what it does best: be loud and in your face, which for a horror movie is usually a perfect thing to have, but here the sound design is just nothing special, and the scares are basically just glorified jump scares of people just slamming their hands against windows. Like, that happens a lot in this movie. They shouldn't have called this The Exorcist. They should have called it people slamming their fucking hands on the window, yo. This particular movie-going IMAX experience, it just feels like it kinda happened. Like, it happened, and I've moved on. And somehow we're gonna get 2 more of these Exorcist movies over the next few years, so maybe they'll improve, or maybe we're gonna be just copy and pasting this review for the next 2 and 4 years. I don't know, we'll see, I guess. Overall, The Exorcist Believer just really did not do it for me at all. Again, on a technical level, it's fine, it works. Everything else, it's just, there are way better horror movies out right now that you could be giving your money to. And as for the IMAX experience, I'm gonna say that to be completely honest with you, you're not going to be missing out if you don't see it in IMAX. If you see it on a standard screen or Dolby or whatever, you'll be just fine. So for the movie itself, I'm going to give it a bronze unboxing machete. And for the IMAX, I'm going to be a little nice and give it a silver unboxing machete. But if you want to hear my thoughts on a better horror movie out right now, I got Just the Thing right over here. Otherwise, subscribe if you live, talk, and buy movies, and we'll see you on the Brockopp side.